couple. There you go. You've got a big fan club back there. So Roland and I, we've talked quite a bit, and we've had a couple of meetings, and there's certainly a deep, deep passion for the company. And there was a couple of nuggets I pulled up that, you know, just keep on sticking in my mind, because one of the things I always would like to know about our distributors that I work with is, you know, what drives you? What keeps you so motivated? What is it that keeps this love that you have for us so strong? And the one thing he said was, he gets some of the people he talks to cry. So that just stuck in my head, and I know it needs a lot more explanation than that, because now they're all going to wonder, oh no, what does he do? But it's all very, very positive, and I think it's all very deep and very important. So why don't you kind of share that story with us so we get to know you better?
Yes, first of all, thank you very much for inviting me to this prestigious group, the AC. And I hope not everybody's going to cry, because, you know, as you heard yesterday, you got to have fun. So I don't want everybody to leave the arena by crying. But motivation is, I think, it's one of the most important things. And we've talked about a lot of topics today. And all of these topics are very important. But if you're not motivated, then they don't worth anything. So about the motivation, I could speak till tomorrow morning. But if you want to hear, for example, my motivation,
for yourself.
Yeah, for example, motivation. What motivates me? There's no good and right. There's no good and wrong answer for that, because it's different with everybody. And I'd like to take it into 3 different parts. First of all, I think the motivation. First, you have to find your own motivation. And for instance, what motivates me, there's also, I need to say 3 different things. First of all, everywhere I go, and I'm sharing the opportunity of OrganoGold, either I'm holding a CJM or just doing a business presentation or giving out samples, I want to show people that there's a solution. Because especially since the recession, 2008 and 2009, and we were really hit by the crisis a few years ago, so many people are looking for opportunity, and they just can't wait to meet somebody who will save them. And we all have the opportunity in our hand to go out and show that yes, there is a solution, and the solution called OrganoGold. So I think that's one of the most important for me to go out, because if either just one person wakes up because of my speech, just one person see the opportunity and see that there's an opportunity for move on, I think for me it's already worth to start this business. Well, the second thing is obvious, because I also need to move on. So by showing people the way, by showing people there's a solution, I am always getting closer to my target, to achieving my goal. So helping other people achieve what they want, obviously you're gonna get what you want. And very briefly, my third big motivation, I have actually a lot, but one of my biggest motivations is the third one. I always like to give back to people who are less fortunate. You doesn't have to be a millionaire to helping people. And by giving back, what do I mean by giving back? Giving back because you're showing an opportunity, and also when you are okay and stable financial-wise, you can go and help other people. I mean, not helping people who don't want to move out of their comfort zone, of course, who just want to lay down in front of the TV and don't want to do anything, but go out to people and helping people who deserve it. And OrganoGold is definitely a platform providing you the opportunity to go and help others, because what you give is that's what you're going to get. That's my philosophy.
So how do we get to the crying part?
Yeah, well, yes. The second thing is, I told you I'm going to take it into 3 parts. The second part is the motivation, internal or external motivation. So there's a huge, big difference. So you need to look for your true motivation. It's very easy to stay and become motivated during this weekend, because Mr. Holton Bucks, Mr. Shameran, they can motivate you. We have the best leaders in the entire world. But what's going to happen when tomorrow or today you're leaving Lyon and you go back to your normal, natural rhythm of your work? Are you going to stay motivated, or your motivation is going to drop down and you're going to be out of this business? The question is, you need to ask this question. First of all, external motivation, you can easily motivate yourself by reading books, okay? There's so many awesome books. Even before my network marketing career started, I had the opportunity to get Think and Grow Rich. That helped me a lot, you know, my way of thinking. So there's a lot of videos on the internet. There's a lot of books. There's a lot of audios. So you can get external motivation, but that will, if you only have external motivation, that wouldn't last too long, and you would not last too long in this business. You have to find your internal motivation. How to find your internal motivation? That's another question. Sometimes when I sit down with people and I ask them, you know, what's your why and what's your desire? Usually the typical answer that you're getting is, I want to make money. I want to buy a new car. I want to have a new house. Okay, I understand this, but what deeply motivates you? And I always used to say, whatever brings tears to your eyes, that's the one that really motivates you. Sometimes I'm sitting down with people, maybe it takes like 1 or 2 hours, but it's really worth the investment because we go deeply digging so deep to find the person's motivation. And sometimes we end up crying. The guy is crying or we're both crying, but there's no shame because there's so much insight in every people, but you need to help other people to take it out, to find the real desire and find the real motivation. And we're speaking about crying, so many times it could happen that you sit down with people, but if you just, you know, just try to scratch the surface, you're not going to find the real motivation. Why the real motivation is important, the true motivation? Because if you find that, that's what's going to lead you through the hard time. Okay, so that's very important because you will facing so many obstacles. You will facing so many challenges during the way you're in this business. It's normal because this is, you know, network marketing, just, you know, Organo go to one of the biggest emotional roller coasters. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. Then you're up, then you're down. I always used to say the good thing, when you're down, you're still okay. But you know, it takes some time to get there. So most important thing, find the real reason, the real desire, the real why, and then it will gonna take you through all the obstacles up to the top. And the third part I'd like to speak about is how to keep up the motivation. Because as I said, there's an external motivation and there's an internal motivation. But you need to keep up the motivation because, for example, if you go to the gym, or if you go for running, you know, just you're working out hard and then you go for a holiday for 2 weeks, what happens? You're not working out, you're eating a lot, you lay on the beach, and then after 2 weeks you're going back home and you have to start your exercise all over again. And it's very hard to get back again. Oh man, I have to go down to the gym again. You don't feel good, right? That's normal. That's why it's better if you just keep up your motivation on a daily basis. And it's very important how you keep it up. You set up long-term goals and set up short-term goals. By setting up short-term goals and achieving the short-term goals, that's what's going to keep you motivated and take you all the way down to achieving your final target. So let's make long story short. I think motivation is one of the most important things, and don't expect anybody keeping on motivating you, because if you're just waiting for other people motivating you, then I don't think it's gonna last too long. You need to find your own desire, your own why, and if you don't, for example, if you don't really know how to do that, ask your upline, because I'm sure these people over here, they're professionals, so they can help you to get it. And that's one thing that if you're motivated, but if you want to build up a large organization, you need to motivate your team. So you need to learn that how to do it. And I just wish good luck to everybody. And once again, for me, it was a big privilege and honor to be among these incredible gentlemen.
Thank you very much. Thank you.